It's time to expose your soulmate's evil plan. They hired a lawyer to take what's yours. My beloved child. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, and if this message reached you today, it is because a hidden story is about to unfold before your eyes. For a long time, you believed every silence meant peace, every delay meant patience, and every smile carried honest intentions. But what if the greatest surprise was never the distance between you and your soulmate? What if the real mystery was a plan quietly taking shape behind closed doors? Stay till the end, because every second from this moment forward uncovers another layer of a truth that almost remained hidden forever. Someone believed they could make decisions without ever facing your heart. Someone thought secrets would stay buried forever. Yet the strange part is this: no secret remains untouched when the time for revelation arrives. A conversation happened where your name was spoken in whispers instead of confidence. Papers were placed on a table. Questions were asked that should never have existed between two people whose paths were always meant to be connected. You cannot see those papers, but their existence has already begun changing everything. The more they tried to keep you unaware, the more unexpected signs started appearing around them. Their confidence slowly transformed into uncertainty because every new step they took created another crack in the story they were trying so hard to protect. Don't skip, because the biggest piece has not been revealed yet. The most surprising part is not that a lawyer became involved. It is why they believed one was necessary in the first place. They convinced themselves they could control the outcome before the truth ever reached you. Every document, every conversation, every carefully chosen word was supposed to move something valuable away from your future and into their hands. But life has a strange habit of interrupting plans built on fear. The more carefully they arranged every detail, the more unexpected obstacles appeared. Meetings ended with unanswered questions. Promises suddenly sounded uncertain. Even people who once stood beside them quietly began wondering whether the entire plan was built on the wrong foundation. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. There is one detail nobody expected. During one private discussion, a single sentence changed the entire direction of everything. It was not loud. It was not dramatic. Yet it planted doubt inside every person involved. They suddenly realized there was one truth they had overlooked from the beginning. You were never as unaware as they assumed. Sometimes silence is not weakness. Sometimes silence is simply the moment before everything hidden becomes impossible to ignore. From that instant forward, confidence turned into hesitation. Every move became slower. Every decision felt heavier. Every signature suddenly carried consequences they had never imagined. Now another question begins to rise, and this one changes everything. If their plan was truly unstoppable, why are they becoming more anxious with every passing day? Why do they keep looking over their shoulder as though they expect something unexpected to appear? Don't skip, because the answer is closer than anyone realizes. A truth has already started moving toward the surface, and once it arrives, nothing will look the same again. The story is no longer about taking what belongs to someone else. It has become a race between deception and revelation. The person who believed they controlled every outcome is beginning to understand that hidden plans rarely stay hidden forever. Every passing hour brings another clue. Every forgotten conversation becomes another missing puzzle piece. Every unexpected encounter pushes this mystery closer to its breaking point. And then comes the moment no one prepared for. Someone who was never supposed to speak begins remembering details everyone else hoped would disappear. Those memories connect names, places, and decisions that suddenly expose cracks in the entire strategy. The atmosphere changes instantly. Confidence disappears. Faces that once looked certain become filled with uncertainty. Something huge is waiting for you because the next revelation will uncover the reason this plan was started in the first place, and once that reason is revealed, every assumption you had about your soulmate will be challenged in ways you never imagined. Stay till the end, because what happens next is the moment this hidden story can no longer remain in the shadows. A strange feeling begins to surround everyone involved, as though the walls that protected every hidden conversation are slowly falling apart. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The people who once believed they held every advantage are no longer speaking with the same confidence. Every meeting feels shorter. Every glance carries uncertainty. They thought the lawyer would quietly settle everything before you ever sensed what was happening, but they never expected one simple question to shake the entire plan. What if the truth comes out? That single thought refuses to leave their minds. They replay every conversation, wondering whether someone heard more than they should have. The confidence they once wore like armor has started turning into fear. Even your soulmate begins realizing that every choice made in secrecy leaves behind traces that cannot be erased forever. The silence around them no longer feels safe. It feels heavy. It feels like the calm that exists only moments before everything changes forever. Stay till the end, because the next discovery is even more shocking. An unexpected person steps into the picture, not to create chaos, but simply because they know something they were never supposed to know. Without realizing how important their memory is, they begin connecting details from different moments. A date. A phone call. A meeting. A document placed inside a folder that should have remained unnoticed. Alone, none of these details mean much. Together, they begin revealing a completely different story. Suddenly the entire plan starts looking incomplete, full of contradictions that no one can easily explain. Your soulmate notices these cracks growing wider every day. They expected everything to move smoothly, yet every new step seems to create another problem instead of another solution. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the closer they get to their goal, the farther that goal seems to move away. For the first time, they begin asking themselves whether protecting the secret is becoming harder than admitting the truth. Then everything becomes even more intense. A decision is about to be made that nobody can reverse once it happens. The lawyer believes the final step is approaching, but someone else quietly reaches a different conclusion after seeing one overlooked detail hidden deep within the situation. That discovery changes the atmosphere instantly. Conversations stop. Smiles disappear. The confidence that once filled every room is replaced with long moments of silence. Your soulmate starts realizing that the greatest danger was never losing what they wanted. It was losing the trust they believed could always be rebuilt. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The next moment will reveal why this entire plan began in the first place, who truly influenced it from the shadows, and the shocking reason one final piece of evidence has just appeared at exactly the right time. Nothing after this point will ever feel the same again. Everything changes the moment the forgotten evidence finally reaches the table. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. No one expected this piece of the story to return, especially after so much effort had been spent keeping it hidden. At first it seems ordinary, almost too small to matter. But as every detail is examined, the atmosphere shifts completely. Faces that once carried confidence suddenly become expressionless. Long pauses replace quick answers. The lawyer realizes that the situation is no longer as simple as it appeared during the first meeting. Your soulmate feels the pressure growing heavier with every passing second because the narrative they carefully built is beginning to fall apart. The truth has a strange way of arriving quietly before it changes everything. One forgotten conversation, one overlooked promise, and one unexpected witness now connect together like pieces of a puzzle that can no longer be separated. Every attempt to dismiss those details only makes them appear even more important. The room grows silent, not because there is nothing left to say, but because everyone finally understands that the hidden plan has reached the point where it cannot stay hidden much longer. The deeper the truth is uncovered, the more surprising the real motive becomes. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. What looked like a battle over something valuable was never only about that. Fear had been driving every decision from the very beginning. Fear of losing control. Fear of facing uncomfortable truths. Fear that one honest conversation could undo months of carefully planned actions. Your soulmate begins realizing that every shortcut they believed would protect them has only created more questions than answers. Every document now raises another mystery. Every explanation sounds weaker than the one before it. Even the people who once encouraged the plan begin quietly stepping back, unwilling to carry the weight of choices that no longer seem justified. The confidence that surrounded every meeting slowly disappears, replaced by uncertainty that grows stronger every single day. And then an unexpected realization strikes your soulmate harder than anything else. They understand that what they tried to take was never truly theirs to claim. That thought follows them everywhere, refusing to leave, making every future decision far more difficult than they ever imagined. Now the final pieces begin moving into position, and the tension becomes impossible to ignore. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Someone who remained silent from the beginning is finally preparing to speak, and their words have the power to change every assumption made so far. They know details no one else has shared. They witnessed moments everyone believed had been forgotten. Once those memories are spoken aloud, the entire story will look completely different. Your soulmate senses that this moment is approaching, but there is no longer enough time to stop it. Every hidden choice has created consequences that are now racing back faster than expected. The plan that once seemed perfect is standing on fragile ground, and one final revelation is enough to bring everything into the open. As the next chapter begins, one question echoes louder than ever before: who was truly behind this plan from the very first day, and what shocking truth will finally be revealed when every hidden connection is exposed? The answer is closer than anyone realizes, and once it arrives, nothing will ever return to the way it was. A moment arrives that no one can delay any longer. The silence that protected every hidden decision finally begins to collapse under the weight of the truth. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The person who had remained completely unnoticed suddenly becomes the center of everything. They are not the lawyer. They are not your soulmate. They are someone who quietly observed every conversation without realizing how important their memory would become. Piece by piece, they begin recalling details that nobody expected them to remember. A forgotten meeting, an unusual request, a conversation that ended too quickly, and a promise that never sounded genuine. Individually, those moments seemed harmless, but together they create a story that no one in the room can deny. Your soulmate's confidence starts fading as every missing piece falls into place. Every excuse becomes weaker than the last. Every attempt to redirect attention only brings more questions. The atmosphere becomes impossible to ignore because everyone now realizes that the plan was built on assumptions instead of truth. What they believed would remain hidden has begun revealing itself without anyone forcing it into the light. The lawyer, once completely certain, now asks questions instead of giving answers. The discussion changes direction completely. Instead of focusing on what could be taken, everyone begins asking why this plan was ever created. That single shift changes everything. Your soulmate starts recognizing that the greatest mistake was never making the plan, it was believing the truth would never catch up. Every heartbeat feels heavier. Every second stretches longer. Every glance across the room carries a different meaning than before. The mystery is no longer whether the secret exists. The mystery is how much of it is about to be exposed before anyone can stop it. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. As the tension grows, another revelation quietly enters the story, and this one shakes your soulmate more deeply than anything before it. Someone uncovers an overlooked timeline that refuses to match the explanation everyone had been repeating. Dates begin overlapping. Decisions suddenly appear rushed. Important conversations happened earlier than anyone admitted. That discovery forces everyone to reconsider every assumption they made from the beginning. The lawyer carefully reviews every detail again, realizing that certainty has disappeared. Your soulmate cannot hide their growing uneasiness because they understand exactly what this new discovery means. Once people begin questioning one detail, they naturally begin questioning everything else. The room feels different now. Nobody rushes to speak. Nobody interrupts. Every person is waiting for the next fact to surface because they sense that the biggest revelation has not arrived yet. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Deep inside, your soulmate begins fighting a battle no one else can see. They remember every chance they had to choose honesty instead of secrecy. They remember every opportunity to stop before the situation became this complicated. Those memories refuse to disappear. Instead, they grow louder with every passing minute, making it impossible to pretend nothing happened. The pressure is no longer coming from outside. It is coming from within, and that pressure becomes far more difficult to escape than any conversation taking place around them. Then the final turning point begins to unfold, and nothing can prepare anyone for what follows. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A sealed folder that everyone assumed contained ordinary information is finally opened, and inside is the one detail capable of changing the entire direction of the story. It is not loud. It is not dramatic. Yet its meaning is impossible to ignore. In that instant, every hidden conversation, every quiet meeting, every delayed decision, and every carefully protected secret suddenly connects into one complete picture. Your soulmate realizes there is no longer a safe place to hide behind confusion or silence because the truth now speaks for itself. The lawyer slowly closes the file, understanding that the outcome will not be decided by clever arguments but by facts that can no longer be dismissed. The room falls completely silent. No one celebrates. No one argues. Everyone simply absorbs the reality that has finally surfaced. Your soulmate lowers their eyes, knowing the plan they once believed would change everything has instead revealed more about their own choices than they ever wanted anyone to see. But just when it seems the entire mystery has finally been uncovered, another unexpected name is quietly mentioned for the very first time. Every face in the room changes. Even the lawyer looks surprised. That single name suggests there was another unseen influence guiding events from the shadows all along. And the moment that hidden connection is revealed, the entire story takes a direction no one could have predicted, setting the stage for the most shocking truth yet to come. The unexpected name hangs in the air like a question no one is ready to answer. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. For several long moments, nobody speaks. The lawyer slowly looks from one face to another, searching for a reaction that never comes. Your soulmate freezes, not because they are surprised the name was mentioned, but because they never imagined anyone else knew about that hidden connection. Every carefully guarded conversation suddenly feels exposed. Every decision that once seemed impossible to trace now begins forming a clear path back to its origin. The room feels smaller with every passing second. A single document is placed beside the others, revealing that the plan was never created in a single day. It had been developing quietly, one conversation at a time, one choice after another, until everyone involved believed it could no longer be stopped. But they overlooked one powerful truth: every hidden plan leaves behind invisible footprints. One forgotten message, one overlooked witness, one unexpected memory. Together they become impossible to silence. Your soulmate realizes the story is no longer about protecting a secret. It has become about facing the consequences of believing the truth would never surface. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The closer they come to the finish line they once imagined, the farther victory slips away. Every answer creates another question, and every question leads everyone closer to the moment they feared most. A deeper truth now begins revealing itself, and it changes everything you believed about this entire mystery. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The hidden influence behind the plan was never interested in fairness. They quietly fueled doubt, encouraged fear, and pushed every decision toward conflict instead of understanding. Your soulmate slowly begins recognizing that they allowed someone else's voice to become louder than their own heart. That realization hits harder than any document ever could. Every memory returns with painful clarity. They remember the first warning they ignored. They remember the opportunity to walk away before everything became complicated. They remember the moment they chose suspicion instead of trust. Now those choices stand before them like a mirror that cannot be turned away. Even the lawyer notices the change. The discussion is no longer focused on winning. Instead, every conversation revolves around discovering how the situation reached this point. One by one, the excuses disappear. One by one, the misunderstandings lose their power. The hidden influence that once seemed untouchable suddenly finds itself surrounded by questions it cannot easily answer. The confidence that filled every earlier meeting has completely vanished. In its place stands uncertainty, regret, and the growing realization that no strategy built on hidden motives can remain untouched forever. Then comes the moment that changes the direction of the entire story forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Just as everyone believes every secret has finally been uncovered, another envelope quietly appears on the table. No one expected it to exist. No one knows who delivered it. The lawyer opens it carefully, and within seconds the atmosphere changes once again. The information inside does not strengthen the old plan, it completely overturns it. Every assumption made from the beginning suddenly looks incomplete. Every conclusion,